Hi everybody, welcome to the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Kirk with Tactical Options Trading, and we're going to be talking about 6 stocks that are bullish in a weak market. Let's go ahead and get started. Hey, welcome back to all of our subscribers, and a warm welcome if this is your first time here. My name is Kirk with Tactical Options Trading, and we make videos just like you see here on a consistent basis where we talk about the stock market and options trading. And today we're talking about 6 bullish stocks in a weak market. If you haven't already, I hope you'll consider clicking this button right up here and subscribing to our channel. And while you're at it, click that bell so that you don't miss out on any future content. All right, guys, we are inside the S&P 500, taking a look at the SPX. How's it going, you guys? Man, what a crazy month and a half. There's been a lot of volatility in the market, and I'm going to show you guys today about 6 ticker symbols that are bullish in a weak market. So looking right now at the SPX, S&P 500, you can see that we've had a lot of selling going on. We made all-time highs back here in September. You can see this has just been a huge run up, and back here in September we made all-time highs just shy of the 3,000 mark. Pretty incredible. But since then, it's been pretty ugly. Lots of volatility. You can see that every rally that we've had has been sold. Again, rally here, sold. We're trying to rally again here. We're going to see what happens. We have made some higher highs and some higher lows. By not much, though. Here's a little bit higher low than this one. We had a little bit higher high than this one. But in order for us to actually see our way out of this, we are definitely going to have to clear this high right here. So you can see that, we've made this higher high, higher low. Now we need to come up here and make a higher high and a higher low in order for us to start looking a little bit better. But I think I still think we're going to see a lot of volatility ahead here, and we're just trying to claw our way out of this. But let's take a look at the Qs, and then we're going to take a look at these 6 stocks. I just wanted to show you the Qs because it's the same thing, and this is due mainly to those FANG stocks, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google, who have all had some rough last couple of months. In fact, about a week and a half ago, headline was that all these FANG stocks that I just mentioned, in one day they gapped lower, and between all those stocks all together, they lost $1 trillion. Isn't that incredible? I mean, how much money is being traded out there? So one day the market gapped lower and $1 trillion was lost in the market on these FANG stocks. Of course, they've rallied some since, but a lot of these institutional investors are getting out of these stocks that have been so bullish for so long, and they're putting their money in other places. So right now is a good time as the markets are down to see what stocks are actually consolidating and what stocks are actually starting to climb, because that is where the money's going. Because if money's coming out of something, it's got to be going somewhere else. So let's take a look at where money is being placed right now. So I have about 6 stocks just to take a look at. I'm not recommending that you trade these, but just an example to take a look at some of these stocks to see, where some bullish stocks are in a weak market. So let's take a look first at Tractor Supply Company. Well, first let me go back to the Qs. I want to show you guys the Qs. Well, let me go back to the SPX. So the SPX, I wanted to show you, where we were in relation to the moving averages. So this right here, this light moving average is the 100 period moving average, and this darker one's a 200. This lighter one here that's crossing over is the 50. So the 50 right now is just crossing over that 200 period moving average, which usually is not a good sign, but we've just crossed and we're starting to rally a little bit. So, maybe it's not going to stay down there that long, but we'll have to see, right? Same thing on the Qs. If we look here at the Qs, the 50 has also crossed over that 200 period moving average right here just about 3 days ago. But we're trying to claw our way out of this again. But, the overall trend, if you just look at the trend here, is pretty much down. Until we break that trend and we break out of here, then we're still in a downtrend right now. So I wanted to show you that. Let's come back over here to Tractor Supply Company. Little different look here on the moving averages. You can see that the moving averages on Tractor Supply are definitely stacked above each other. So we have our 200 period moving average way down here, our 100, our 50, and then these two here, the blue one is the 21, and the yellow one there is the 8 period. So definitely all stacked above each other. Made new all-time highs, 52-week highs back here just a few days ago, 97.65. So this blue channel that I have right here is actually a 252 period daily channel. So right now we're sitting at 93% of the all-time highs in the last 252 days is so what that's showing. So right here we made this all-time high, and now we're just 93% of almost breaking through that again. So there's one stock to look at, ESRX or Express Scripts. Same thing. All the moving averages are stacked above each other here. We are actually outside or just barely in breaking new highs today with that 252 period daily channel. So we are making all-time highs in the last 252 days. Twilio, you can see the same thing. All these moving averages are stacked on top of each other. That's a good sign. Right now we're sitting at a 786 retracement level of this prior move lower. So we've retraced 786, 78% of that, and we're looking to break through that and move on up here to our profit targets of the 1272 extension of $106. So little bit of a room for a move there if you're looking at, you know, maybe jumping into something a little bullish. Again, not recommending it. I'm just pointing this out here. McDonald's is interesting, you guys. I want to show you this. You know, I'm a big fan of Fibonacci, and got a lot of lines here on the chart. So let me go ahead and clear those off. But you can see that, you know, we had a nice rounding bottom here, and then we've had a big move up. And, you know, are we extended? Where are we in this? I mean, is it time to jump in on this, or is it too late? So let's draw Fibonacci on this chart, and I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. So I take this previous high here to the low, and we'll put a Fibonacci on here, and I'm always amazed at how these stocks respect these Fibonacci levels. You can see without even me pointing anything out here how they've respected these levels. And so, you know, let me just point out a couple here. The 786. That stock came right up to that 786, kissed it, and then came right back down. You can even see on these other ones here, we kissed it right here, we kissed it right here, kissed it right there, and then on the way back up, we've done the same thing. And that's just snapping these lines on here. And where did it go? So I always talk about this on the Fibonacci retracements. So where did it go after it broke that 786? Usually after it breaks that 786, it's going to the 1272. And where did this go? So we broke that 786. You know, we gapped up and then had a vengeance and just climbed right there with a nice big candle to break that 786. And then after that, where do we go? Right up here to that 1272. Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's just, I don't know. It amazes me every time we're looking at these Fibonacci's, and you can't make this stuff up. You really can't. And so, you know, are we extended? Yes, we're extended. But you know what usually happens too is if you break this 1272, which is what we've done here, usually the next profit target's going to be up here at that 1618. So you can see as we roll back out of here that we broke this 1272, so our next target's up here at that 1618. So that's a pretty good move. But if you dial it in a little closer, even when we dial these Fibonacci's in a little bit closer, you can see that this little move down here to the 21 period moving average, we're extended now to that 1272. And what happened when it hit that 1272? I mean, almost to the penny, it was rejected and brought down. So, you know, we're extended on this level here, but if you're looking at a bigger move overall, we're not quite there. I mean, we broke that 1272 on the big move, so that lets us know that, you know, we might make it up here to that 1618. I don't know if any of that made sense, but I love looking at these Fibonacci's because it gives you an idea where those profit targets are. All right, let's take a look at healthcare. So healthcare, another one that looks pretty good. When we throw these moving averages on here, you can see that they're all definitely stacked above each other. We are right up here at that 252 period daily channel, making all new, breaking out to all-time highs again. and looking at these levels up here as profit zones. So, you know, good strong stock there. Another one that's huge, made some big moves, is Starbucks. Now Starbucks, again, this is another one. Let me show you these Fibonacci levels here on Starbucks. I'm going to zoom out and let me snap a Fibonacci on our chart here. You can see that from this point here, and we snap a fib from that point to this point. I mean, look at that. You can't even make this stuff up. Again, made a move right up here to that 786, kind of chopped around, broke up above it. Then where did we go? The 1272, we broke right above that, and now, I mean, it almost to the penny turned right around at that 1618. I mean, that all-time high there was 68.98, and our 1618 was 68.85. So really close. So anyway, this is another stock that I would call very bullish. So we've actually come down into that 21 period moving average and looking for some support there and moving on higher. So you guys, I hope these stocks have been helpful. You know, if at anything, it just lets you know what the difference between, you know, a bullish stock and a bearish stock look like. You know, I call it when all these moving averages are stacked on top of each other, like you see on all the stocks that we've looked at here. Those are signs of good bullish action in the market, because, you know, in comparison to these where the moving averages are trading lower and crossing over each other, and they're not lined up in order. I mean, they're not lined up where you have the 8 and the 21 and the 50 and the, you know, the 100 and the 200. They're not in order, so they're, you know, showing signs of weakness. Same thing here. We look at these. You can see they're rolling over each other. Looking at the Dow, also the Dow is, you know, same thing. So it looks a lot different when you're looking at those that are rolling over each other versus the ones that are actually, you know, working together and they're stacked on top of each other. So guys, hopefully this has been helpful. I don't know what's going on with my platform here. All of a sudden it's waiting for data. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Oh, there you go. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing. We make videos just like this on a consistent basis, and we love it. And if you guys have any questions, comment in the section below. Consider subscribing. Give us a thumbs up. Appreciate it, guys. Catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.